You know, my notes I wrote down during the third period was how proud I was of the growth that we showed throughout the game, and certainly the growth from last week to this week. You know, we had an identity tonight that got stronger and stronger. Our you know, that Alaska is a tremendously hard-working hockey team. I mean, they just work, and they did the same thing against Penn State. I mean, they're always going. They never give up. And the first year, if you don't match that and compete, you know, it's nasty. And we grew on that. I thought we had an outstanding third period. I thought we got contributions from everybody in the lineup. But again, my comments to them after the game, either way, I'm certainly happy with the win, but I would have been proud of the group either way. And I feel that we're so much farther ahead right now at this time this year. We didn't win a game till November last year, but just the identity of the group and how they play together, and I think there's something here. Extremely young team, some pretty good talent, and certainly a lot of character.
Do you feel having an opponent like on Alaska, where they make you really earn that win, is really good to have in the beginning of the season here to get everybody on the same page and get everybody up to speed?
You know, I don't know the answer to that. You know, if you win, but if you lose and you go backwards and you get demoralized and things. But we're not trying to get patsies. I'm not trying to pad my coaching record. We're trying to make national tournaments, and we're trying to win a game in the national tournament. So we're going to try to play teams. These guys are going to play a lot of people this year. They're going to play a lot of top-end talent. They're an independent team, and they're scheduling. They want to get in the national tournament as well. So the more success you have against them, and then do your job within league play, and then the rest of your non-conference, that all pays dividends down the road, and gives you a chance moving forward to stay within at least the discussion for automatic qualifiers. So I'd rather play a team that's really good and come out victorious. But all things said, you got to win hockey games. So no matter who you always want to play the best teams you can play and have success. And tonight we had success, and tomorrow we'll try our best to do it again.
Do you think the energy from the student section affected the players tonight?
Great question. It did. We felt it, and I can't see it behind us. I can only see as, I think people filtered in. I know there was a big football game. I think Calumet played maybe Hancock tonight. Yeah. A lot of people probably had that, but I could see it filtering in from the locals on the other side. But then when I got on the ice after the game and I looked up there, man, the side behind the bench was full, and it was loud. So we certainly, you still hear guys that say that. We went and visited a school this week, Chassel School, myself and a couple of players. And one of the players, it was Marcus Pedersen, said his highlight was the first game he stepped on the ice and felt the roar and felt the people in the building. And I've been here, this is my 11th year, I think, and it has been nothing but incredible, the support we've had, and we feel that. And sometimes I never want to take that for granted, because I never want to look out there and feel that we aren't making these people proud enough to be part of it. And they're part of us, and we're certainly part of this community. It was a great question.
Last week you talked about wanting to get these guys to understand how hard you need them to play. Taking guys like Laurie Raymond and Nordy as being sort of examples. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like tonight you really saw that out of both Nordy's line and Pedersen's line?
I think we saw that out of all our lines. The biggest thing last week was the overall 5-on-5 contribution of players that we need to play, and we got it right from the first shift tonight. They scored. Gordo made a nice play off the wall. First of all, a good break out in the second layer, and Nordo made a good play to Worksy, and Worksy sprung Koskapirti, who put it in the net. We didn't do much after that for a while, but then we found our game. So I thought we had an identity. I think you saw an identity throughout the lineup from all the guys, and I wouldn't say on the positive side, to answer your question, I wouldn't say that line was necessarily the guys that you mentioned were our hardest working line tonight, and that says a ton. Like I think everybody that Bartz didn't play a whole lot through the first two periods, and then he played in the third period and a few shifts and was very, very good. after sitting there with cold legs and everything. So I thought Max Vernon was steady and strong on his game again. I thought we got steady contributions from everybody. So, and it's not, it's not what I'm, it's not about, me, it's about the game. And if I'm wrong, I want them to tell me, Joe, get your head out of your, out of the clouds. Get, straighten up and smarten up a little bit. So I remember I'll just give you a little great analogy. Mike Babcock, when he was coaching the Red Wings and he got that job, he came over from, was it Anaheim?
Yeah.
Anaheim?
Yeah.
And he asked him what it was like to coach the Red Wings at that time, who had Brett Hall, Chris Chelios, Steve Yzerman, Nick Lidstrom, Brendan Shanahan, Dominic Hasek. They had six, seven NHL Hall of Famers, legitimately first ballot Hall of Famers. And he said, the biggest thing I know is when you call a timeout, you better know what you're talking about, because they do. And if you're nuts. So, and that's what you want. You want that challenge from good hockey players to make us better. And our job is to try to teach them what we know and help make them better in the ways that we think. And sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong.
You had a lot of different pairings on the penalty kill on the power play. How do you like being able to draw from a giant pool of guys and be able to see what they have?
Yeah, it's a great. I like our depth. No one's hiding. You know what I mean? We're not hiding anybody. Like we have a lot of guys. Like when we were looking going into the overtime, discussing on the bench. I had some names written down, some combinations. Are you going to go 2D, 1 forward? You're going to go 2 forwards, and we can legitimately this year do that. Go 2D and a forward because we got some D that can really make some plays offensively. So in that, when you have, and then I said, coaches, you do what you want to do on this. My suggestion is to put 10 and 14 together, and put Gordo and Worksy together, and then Jordy wanted to make sure that we got Stiven out there. So, and we wanted speed with Stiven, so we put Bakes with him. Penalty kill, we used a lot of guys on the penalty kill, and both power play units were. We really had one power play tonight. We had and we scored, disallowed goal, and Worksy had a tap in that the goalie made an unbelievable save, stuck his arm out and covered it. So, and we had some other great looks at the net. So, I think our talent base is good. Again, it's youthful. There's some good youthful enthusiasm within the group, and I've been saying it. I like the group. Win or lose tonight, I would have been pleased and proud of the effort, knowing that we have a long way to go. And if we continue to get growth, then we're going to be a good hockey team, setting something up for the future. Another question, hold it.
Oh, no, I'm all good. Thank you.
Okay.